Hello, once again, this is Brother Teacher. Within the past 10 days, I did a video about human beings eating meat. And I had done a video or two in time past, before that is, about the same subject. I probably took a different approach to that subject in this last video. And I got a few people who responded. The majority of them responded positively, saying that they understood and that I was correct. And yes, the majority of them agreed with what I was saying. Now, I don't think or believe that I get brownie points or should get any brownie points or special attention just because I've said something that people view as being the truth, because it's intended to be given in that way or that fashion, truthfully and transparently. And I do respect anyone's comment, whether they agree with what I'm saying, the material, or not. I respect that. But I take a slightly different issue with people who have the intent to try to discredit me. It's not what you say, I learned a long time ago, it's how you say it. So you can disagree with me all day long, and I'm cool. I'm all right with that. Now, this one individual, this lady, she made a statement through a question. I was, how should I say, searching through my responses from my videos. Okay, since I have so many videos, it could be any particular video that someone is commenting on or responding to. And I wasn't really certain what video she was responding to, but the question that she asked was, is that a White Castle cup? And I looked at the video and I see this cup. This is my cup, White Castle's. I drink coffee. I drink coffee out of this cup. So I didn't really think anything of it when she asked the question. And so I responded by saying yes. So I went on about my business. And I came back to my channel later, and I was looking at comments again, and I saw a new comment, and it was from her. And the comment was, "That's ironic." Why did a light bulb go off in my head? And I go back and I read the post again when she asked me, was it a White Castle cup? I didn't even really know what the topic of my video was that she was responding to. So I looked up and I saw that it was the one about mankind not supposed to eat animal flesh or meat. So I said, oh, she's inferring that I'm a meat eater and I'm being hypocritical, saying that we're not supposed to eat meat, but yet I have a White Castle cup, which must mean that I eat White Castles. And when I looked at the end of her question, the first comment she made, that was a frown at the end of the statement or the question, is that a White Castle cup? There was an emoji with a frown. And I put it all together just in that moment that, oh, she's trying to be funny, cynical, or critical in a negative way. So as I said, I have no issue with people commenting positive and negative, but it's how you say what you say. So you're going to get a little feedback and some pushback from me in this respect. And her name is Sandra, according to her thumbnail anyway. Some snooty-nosed white woman who has nothing better to do than to try to point out what she perceives to be a flaw, or trying to create a situation that makes it seem as though I'm not being honest. So this is my message to this chick, and I did say that. You heard me say that. All of you that watch my material, who know me, things usually roll off of me. It was just a simple question she asked, but I just want to respond and make this statement. First of all, as I said before, and I'll say it again, man was not intended to eat animal flesh or meat. for all of the reasons that I disclosed before. Go back and check it. Check the scientific information and data that substantiates what I said. Even many doctors. Okay, just because man wasn't intended to eat something doesn't mean that man has refrained from eating those things, because they've grown accustomed to eating those things, consuming those things over centuries of evolution. So now, with that said, as it relates to me and eating meat, I have never said in any video that I've ever published that I don't eat meat. I've never said that. But it doesn't mean that what I said about man not being designed to eat meat doesn't mean that that's not true. And it doesn't make me a hypocrite, because it's a matter of when you come into the knowledge of certain information, when you discover it, so to speak. So for some people, it is a process of elimination, if you will. In other words, if you've been doing something since a child and you're 40, 50, 60 years old now, around that, very few people who have been doing something that long will cut it off just like that. It's not going to happen too often. For example, people who have been smoking 30 and 40 years, it's hard for them to go cold turkey. I'm not a smoker, but I know people who are and have been. It's not easy to let go of that habit. Now, as it relates to meat, I've said this in my video before that one. I eat this much meat and this much vegetation, beans, legumes, grains, and so forth. There's a big difference. So I used to eat that much meat. Now I'm down to this much meat. So if that doesn't show you some progress in that crude illustration, I don't know what else to tell you. And even some of my followers have already said that they're working on ridding themselves of animal flesh and or meat. It's a process. So it's a matter of where you're going with that thought or that new way of thinking. So I personally believe that we're not supposed to be eating meat. But before you can cut the meat out, Sandra, you must first make sure that you have a rich enough amount of vegetables to supply all of the nutritional needs before you completely cut the meat out. I hope you comprehend that much while you're walking around in your white privileged state of mind with your nose stuck up in the air, trying to troll the internet, pointing fingers at people for no good reason at all, because you don't have anything better to do. Now, if I'm off base, please tell me in a very intelligent and polite way, I didn't mean it that way, but you did. To say that that's ironic is your subtle way of saying that I'm being disingenuous, I'm being hypocritical, and I'm not defending myself. I'm just making a statement based on a observation of you and your simple question and statement. Is that a White Castle cup? It is. And I like White Castle coffee. You got a problem with coffee now? But I don't eat White Castles, for your information, just so you know. They do, however, have a vegetable meal that is not with animal products. It's not made of animal products or animal flesh, like a veggie burger. I will buy one of those from time to time, but I don't eat hamburgers out of White Castle, just so you know. Now, am I clear now? Do you comprehend what my statement is in its proper context when I say that men are not supposed to eat meat, or not designed to eat meat? Do you not also understand that in understanding that we're not supposed to be eating animal flesh, that when we make a decision not to eat animal flesh, that it is indeed a process to rid ourselves of a habit that we've had all or most of our lives. Do you understand that much, Sandra? Are you that intellectually sound? That's all I really had to say. But if you don't have anything better to do, maybe you can go to someone else's channel and try to push a button. Maybe you can go take up sewing. Maybe you can go watch the ducks in the park and throw them some breadcrumbs if you don't have anything better to do. But if you don't have anything better to do, just don't pick coming here to sort of fill your oats. I'm just saying.